Paul Graham from Optimal Body Personal Training. Today, I'm going to talk to you about apple cider vinegar and weight loss. One of the common trends with weight loss in the last couple of years is apple cider vinegar. So does apple cider vinegar work for weight loss? So first, I'll just tell you a little bit about apple cider vinegar in case you don't know anything about it. In 1 tablespoon, it has only about 3 calories, so there's not too much to it. However, apple cider vinegar contains something called acetic acid. There's been numerous studies done on acetic acid with rats involving weight loss and other topics related to weight loss, as well as there's been some human trials on apple cider vinegar and weight loss itself. So I'll talk a little bit about the research first. It won't be boring. I'm just going to give you the Cliff Notes version. So a lot of the times you'll see headlines where research shows apple cider vinegar causes weight loss. So I just want to talk a bit about that first because it'll give you a perspective of what does it mean when it says it works for weight loss. So first, let's talk about the studies that involve rats. So oftentimes they'll do studies on rats because it's much easier to do this in a scientific setting. An important thing to understand is a lot of the research findings they get when using rats will not carry over to human beings. So studies on rats have shown that acetic acid, which is in apple cider vinegar, can improve the ability of the liver and muscles to take up sugar from the blood, increase an enzyme that increases fat burning, that it protects against obesity, and it looks like it helps to control food intake. So you can probably see from some of these findings why people would get excited about this for weight loss. So what happens though when you actually look at human studies? So I'm going to pick out a few different ones that I'm going to draw from. One example showed that it decreased appetite by about 200 to 270 calories per day for the participants in the study that were taking apple cider vinegar. Obviously, if it's decreasing your appetite by that much, it's likely to cause weight loss. One study found that it had a 55% reduction in blood sugar after a meal. Again, you could see potential health benefits or that it could impact weight loss. Another study that took place over a 12-week period had obese individuals broken up into 3 groups. One group consumed 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar per day. Second group consumed 2 tablespoons per day. And then a third group consumed a placebo. Now the headline that newspapers or articles or journalists will grab from this published research is, apple cider vinegar shows significant weight loss difference when compared to the placebo. But what does that actually mean? What's a significant weight loss when it comes to terms of research? So the group that took the placebo gained a little bit less than a pound. So essentially they maintained their body weight. The group that took 1 tablespoon of the apple cider vinegar lost 2.6 pounds over the 12 weeks. The group that took 2 tablespoons lost 3.7 pounds over the 12-week period. Now, they weren't making other changes to their nutrition or to their lifestyle or their exercise routine. All they were doing was adding in apple cider vinegar. So it seems like a pretty good trade-off when you look at 1 to 2 tablespoons equaling basically 2 to 3 pounds of weight loss. However, when you actually divide that out over a 12-week period, it's actually a pretty small amount of weight loss. I'll do the math for you. So at most, on average, the participants were losing 1/4 of a pound per week. So think about that in terms of what you think is significant. Do you think that 1/4 of a pound in a week is a significant weight loss? So researchers haven't narrowed down exactly how apple cider vinegar can help someone with weight loss, but they have a few theories. One study I looked at was looking at participants who used apple cider vinegar throughout the study. When they were looking at the reasons for the decrease in appetite, they found that the number one reason was where people were finding themselves feeling nauseous after having taken the apple cider vinegar. Not surprisingly, feeling nauseous decreased their appetite and had them consuming less calories, which was supported in other research where they were saying decrease in appetite. People are eating less food. That's good. So I want you to stop and think about this for a second. Do you want to do something that is causing you to feel nauseous and then therefore decrease your appetite? And maybe you'll drink it and you won't feel nauseous. You can try it out. I have drank it myself and it is pretty gross. I'm sure there's ways to try to prepare it and try to have it mixed into different things so you don't get as strong of a taste. But are you actually going to enjoy consuming apple cider vinegar every day and want to consistently do this for the rest of your life. Now, why do I say for the rest of your life? You might think, oh, I'm just going to lose weight for the next 4 weeks, or the next 6 weeks, or the next 8 weeks. Once I lose the weight, I'll stop drinking it. But let's say that the reason it works is because it's decreasing your appetite. What's going to happen when you stop drinking it? Your appetite's going to increase. So then you're going to naturally start eating more food again, which will cause the weight to slowly climb back up. Another thing I wanted to note, they sell it in capsule form. So you might be thinking, oh, I can get rid of the horrible taste. I know I read one article about someone who actually got burns in their esophagus from taking the capsules because the capsules came apart because it's very, very acidic. And when you put it, I guess, into the concentrate form of the capsules, apparently that might be a risk. So that's something to be aware of. It can cause issues with potassium, which is really important if you're taking water pills. You want to make sure you're not having problems with your potassium. So you definitely, if you're on water pills, want to talk to your doctor first before trying this. The issues with the potassium can also be related to weakening your bones. So if you're hitting middle age, especially if you're a female, again, that's a concern and something for you to look into. So hopefully you have a better idea around apple cider vinegar and weight loss. And if you're still thinking it's right for you, it might be. Best way to do that is try some and see. Odds are, I'm going to put money down, you're going to think it's absolutely disgusting. You're not going to want to continue taking it. And again, go back to the research where it's saying it produces significant results for weight loss. Well, what does significant really mean? To a researcher, it means something very different than what it's going to mean to you, the person who's trying to lose weight in the real world.